Good morning, one and all. And this is the sixth lecture we are going to continue with, which we have left earlier in the fifth lecture. We discussed about the rust theory, which is very important in our Indian poetics. Let us have a quick revision of what we have done in the last few lectures. First of all, the introduction about the Eastern and Western dramatist, and who felt that both the scholars, that the Eastern and Western scholars, both think that drama is an important part of literature, and it is also given that the Sanskrit literature is one of the ancient literature, and due to this it has a wide history of it. Then comes the chronology that Bharat Muni was the one who is said to be the pioneer of Sanskrit poetics, as well as the eminent scholar of dramaturgy. In his book Natya Shastra, that is written between 1st and 2nd century BC, it was an excellent example of dramaturgy. Okay, uh, it is said that Natya Shastra seems to be the commencement that means commencement means the uh, first step towards the Sanskrit poetics. Then comes Natya Shastra. It is the best book ever written on any theory by Indian rhetoricians, and it consists 36 chapters and 5500 shloks. Okay, then it is also said that Natya Shastra not only discuss about drama, but every aspect of drama is being discussed in it. Let it be music, dance, makeup, costumes, etc., etc., etc. So this was the Natya Shastra. Then comes inception of drama. As we said in the first lecture, that kavya are of two type. In earlier days, literature was equal to kavya, means any literary form was in the kavya only. Okay, so according to Sanskrit rhetoricians, the kavya further they divided into drashya and shravya. Okay, now the drashya shravya again further classified as natya and nrit. Natya means drama and nrit means silent movie with a musical background. Drama is the representation of certain situations so as to induce in the spectators a sense of identification with the hero. Okay, now drama composition of drama is very difficult, because it has to deal with many aspects, and it is the drashya one. Okay, drashya kavya, so many other things also uh, have to be perfect to make the drama or to create rus in the drama. Okay, then comes the four important ways in which representation of drama is possible, or we can say which makes the representation more effective. That is, first one is angika abhinay. Angika means physical representation. The representation is done through the body parts. Okay, let it be hands, limbs, then even eyes, eyebrows, cheeks, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so the physical action is important. Then comes vachika abhinay, means verbal. Verbal means the dialogues. The dialogues should be the perfect one. Okay, and we can see that if any drama has perfect or uh, very catchy dialogues in it, then that drama becomes very successful. Okay, even Bharat Muni says that the actor should have should take care of the intonations, pronunciations, etc., tone, etc., of the dialogues, so that it makes the drama very effective. Then comes aharya abhinay, that is decorative representation. Now here Bharat Muni says that it includes costumes, makeups, props, everything which is helped in decorating the stage. Okay, or decorating the drama, that is said to be the aharya abhinay, or decorative representation. And the last one is satvik abhinay, that is emotional representation. Now, for any drama, emotions are more important. Literature means what? To uh, give the feelings or expression, or to express the feelings, emotions of one person to the other person. That is called literature in general sense. But here, what the writer has felt during writing the when he was writing the drama, that emotion should be exercised by the character, and that emotion should be portrayed by the character to the spectators. So that state of emotion should be very important, and that should be realistic and should look natural. Then comes the theory of Rus. In general sense, Rus means what? Flavor, juice, or essence of anything. In Sanskrit poetics, it is often compared to the body or the vesture, and its sentiments to the soul within. Okay, in English, Rus is said to be the sentiment. Okay, and it is said that if there is no sentiment in drama, then everything is in vain. Okay, and it is said that sentiments is the soul of drama. So without body, without soul, the body is of no use. Bharat believes that the theme is the body of the drama and the ras are the soul that makes it alive. Okay, ras is the cornerstone of Indian aesthetics. There is no critic in Sanskrit poetics who does not mention ras or does not recognize its importance in some way or the other. There is no other critic, not even in Sanskrit poetics or any Western critics, who have challenged this theory. Okay, yes, there are many critics who have gone ahead of this, but there are no one who have criticized this theory. Okay, it is so effective one that everyone is uh, having a love for this theory. Okay, and yes, it is said to be the cornerstone of Indian aesthetics. Then comes the definition of Ras. Ras is an aspect of which no scholar has disapproved. Though every scholar has tried to establish his own idea, there are of different views about Ras. Etymologically, the word Ras is composed of two letters, Ra, which means to give, and Sa, which means motion. Okay, etymologically, the word Ras is composed of two words, that is Ra and Sa. Ra means to give, and Sa means to which motion. Various meanings of Ras has been given by V.S. Apte are to flow, to make wet all over, to taste, to relish, to soak. There are different meanings given by different uh, different rhetoricians. Okay, the milk of cow is generally called goras. It is held in our mythological culture that beneath this vast earth, a legendary river called Ras flows, and that region is called Rasatala. In Mahabharat Banna Parva, it is mentioned. Monier Williams mentions the meaning of Ras according to its usage as a part of speech. When used as verb, it means to roar, to cry, sound, scream, etc. When used as a noun, it means juice of plants, fruit, or any liquid, the best or the finest prime part of anything. Means various scholars have given definitions for this, and the last one, that is by Monier Williams, he said that when the Ras is treated as verb, it means to roar, to cry, to make sound, to scream, etc. While if it is acted as noun, okay, then it means the juice of or essence of anything, which is the important part of anything. Okay, then comes the Rasa Sutra. Rasa Sutra we have discussed. A sutra means formula. Okay, as we have said that Bharat Muni is the first scientific critic of Sanskrit poetics. Okay, every science theory is given by formula. So this theory also have a formula for itself. Ras is generated by music, meter, dance, gesture, voice, tone, dress, makeup, and environment. Bhav is the foundation of Ras. Keeping all this in mind, Bharat gives a definition definite sutra of how ras is generated. His famous ras sutra is Vibhanubhav Sanchari Samyogita Ras Nispatti. Okay, that is through the co-mingling, co-appearance, samyoga of Vibhav Anubhav and Sanchari Bhav. Here it is Sanchari Bhav. In previous PPT we have seen that Vyabhichari Bhav. Okay, Vyabhichari Bhav is also said as Sanchari Bhav. The co-mingling means the mixture of all the Vibhav, Anubhav and Vyabhichari Bhav. All the mixture of these things creates ras in the minds of the reader. This sutra explains the genesis of ras as the outcome of the combination of Vibhav, Anubhav and Sanchari Bhavs. Vibhavs stand for the determinants. Okay, determinants means through which ras is being produced. Anubhavs for the consequences means the situations, okay, through which this ras is created, and Sanchari Bhav for the transitory mental states which are accessory to the basic mental disposition. Means what? The basic states which are having, okay, the Sthai Bhavs which are there already there in a person to arouse through their psychological effects in it, that is called Sanchari Bhav. Okay, we will discuss this in detail now. First one is Vibhav, that is determinant. The emotive state in the human setting consisting of physical cause of the basic mental state. It is the objective condition which produces an emotion. The actor, the dramatic situation, the environment and the seasonal background in which these channels are employed are called vibhavs. Means what? The actors, okay, the situation, the background that creates the basic idea of what the situation is going to be, that is called vibhav. That which makes known many kinds of meaning with the help of verbal and bodily abhinay is called vibhav. There are two kinds of vibhav, they are alampana and udipana. Alambana vibhav means a person or persons with reference to whom the emotion is manifested. Actors in a play or characters in a novel may be alambana for the spectators and the readers respectively. Okay, the characters, the persons who are acting in the drama are said to be the alambana vibhav. Okay, means the person with reference to whom the emotion is manifested. Means what? Along with him the emotions are being generated. Okay, whereas in another situation one character may prove to be alambana for other. And the udipana vibhav means the circumstances that have excited the emotion. Means what? The circumstances which creates the environment, okay, that is called udipana. Alambana means the person who is with whom the emotion is being generated, that is called alambana, while udipana means what? The circumstances, okay, that have excited the emotions. Means what? The emotions ને જાગૃત કરવા માટેની જે circumstances છે, that is called udipana vibhav. Then the second one is anubhav, that is consequent. The mimetic changes which are inspired by the basic mental states, they are bodily expressions by which the emotion is expressed. It is more effective way of telling an emotion by showing its manifestation. They make the different kinds of representations capable of being sensed by the spectators. If vibhav are the channels of communication, the channels themselves are called anubhavs. Okay, means what? The medium through which vibhavs are being created, that is called anubhav. Okay, means what? The bodily expressions, okay, the dialogues, then the costumes etc which creates vibhav or which helps the vibhavs to create ras in it, that is called anubhav. Means the consequence. The third one is sthai bhav, that is permanent mental state. Sthai bhav is also termed as durable psychological state. They are the permanent emotions residing in the heart of every human being. Ras arises from these sthai bhavs. For each ras there is a permanent bhav related which further develops into ras. The dominant states are known to be the following: love, mirth, sorrow, anger, energy, terror, disgust, and astonishment. Sthai bhav means what? The sthai bhavs are the inbuilt one. Okay, the inbuilt bhavs which are already there in a person uh, with his or her birth only. Okay, which helps the person to create rus in him or her. That is called the basic mental or permanent mental state, which is known as the sthai bhav. Okay, now this taiba further develops into ras. Okay, so we can say these are the important elements used to create or evoke ras in the mind of the spectators. Okay, the dominant states are known to be the following: love, mirth, sorrow, anger, energy, terror, disgust, and astonishment. Okay, now let us discuss this. The first one, now these are the sthai bhavs, and let us discuss a bit of it. Rati refers to the deep rooted emotion of amor, that is god of love, existing in the mind of a man by reference to a woman, or in the mind of a woman by reference to a man. It has many forms, from rag passing through anurag, prem, sneh, man, pranay, and finally attaining the strongest bond of love. It can be depicted as the feelings arising in the mind of the opposite sex for each other. Okay, rati means what? The love for the opposite gender. Okay, if this bhav is evoked in a woman, it is for men, and vice versa. Okay, so the god of love means the emotion of amor. Amor means the god of love. That refers as rati. Okay, it can be it have many forms such as anurag, prem, sneh, etc, etc. This is very must for any human being, because if uh, there is no love in between person, then this world won't exist. Okay, then the second one is hasya. Hasya refers to the cheerful state of mind. It arises out of a person ludicrous senses, deformity, sudden slip of tongue, or any comic situation. Okay, hasya means what? Laughter. Okay, laughter can be created through many things. Okay, some deformity means what? If one person is not the way we are thinking. Okay, sudden slip of tongue, and slip of tongue means which we should not say, and we are unintentionally saying all the things, and any comic situation. So this can create hasya in us. Shock is caused due to the loss of a particular asset. It can arise after the loss of property, dear ones, or beloved. Shock means the loss of anything. Okay, if we have lost some important thing in our life, then shock is being created in our mind. Then comes growth. Growth arouses due to serious offenses of any kind. It reflects the hot temperature of the individual. It arises as a result of personal offense or public offense and killing. Growth means uh, to have a grudge feeling for anything. Okay, for anyone. It can happen due to uh, it can happen due to any offense. Okay, and it shows the hot temperament of the individual. Then comes utsa or fortitude. Utsa represents energy. It arises from happy recollection, events of charity and valor displayed by self or other person. Such a state of mind belongs only to sublime character. Utsa means energy. Okay, if we have seen some valor scenes means what? If there is a prince and he is fighting a war and he has won the war with his capabilities, then he has utsa in it. Okay, utsa in him, and thus through valor utsa is being generated in a person. Bhai arises in the mind of a person who is exposed to grave danger. It does not transform into an emotion in state of ordinary fear, but where there is a fear of life, it can be experienced clearly. Okay, bhai means what? To have a to feel like danger. Okay, If there is any situation that, okay, suppose if we take a situation where uh, graveyard is there, okay, so that creates bhai in us, okay, because many unnatural elements like ghost and all that, we think like they are besides us, so that creates bhai in our mind. Jugupsa arises due to the hesitation one feels by horrid and ghastly scenes. One experiences a feeling of nastiness on account of the sight of dirty, filthy, and rotten or terrific things. Jugupsa means uh, this type of state is developed when we see ghostly things, okay, and terrifying things, which can also depict as dirty ones, okay, so that is called Jugupsa. Then comes Vismay. Vismay arises due to the astonishments caused by extraordinary things, supernatural events. All these emotions are built in human nature and are awakened by one or the other action and environment. When these emotions, actions, and environment come together, they successfully generate the respective ras. Bharat lays more importance of Saiba. Okay, now Vismay means what? It is an inbuilt in human nature, and it is seen when anyone sees supernatural or extraordinary things which are happening around him. So the emotions, action, and environment come together and can create this vismay bhav. Vismay means we can say mm, astonished, okay. So these are some of the sthai bhavs, and Bharat Muni lays much stress on the sthai bhavs. So here are some of the sthai bhavs, and we will continue it in a next lecture. I hope you all are getting what I am telling, and don't forget to comment your name and roll number in the comment section. Thank you, and see you in the next lecture.